Hello and welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings. We're here with Yephyrros,
Heyo.
and I'm Ncjedi, and this is the game where we have all the ellipses in the world.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's 2 ellipses.
And a butt.
And a butt.
Yes, a butt. For this visual novel. Okay, we shall continue on. But... Cool-a-loo-la-la-la. Right? When I remembered lifting her hair and being so full of confidence, I feel like I could burst out laughing. She's so funny. From the beginning, everything's been so messed up. From tomorrow, it looks like things will start getting interesting. I really felt that prediction would come true.
Oh. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do,
Extend the little wings which fly in the sky highly.
do-do-do, 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 do.
My first job as dorm mother. That is to make breakfast for the boarders. Gasp.
葵くん料理上手だね。おかわり。
No. Sure, a big bowl, right?
わかってるね。
I'm pretty confident in my cooking. Until recently, I was living with my father, who was ordered to transfer to the country, and every day I would help with the housework. I was in charge of preparing the meals, and it's not like I hated cooking or anything. That's one of the reasons why I accepted the job as dorm mother. So the others don't need breakfast, huh? Since just now, no one has come into the dining hall. Sometimes there would be someone walking through the hallway in front, but they seem to be sneaking around.
ん
Kaneko looked towards the hallway just as the oldest boarder, Yuka, was peeking before swiftly dashing off.
も
Completely
う
fluid.
みんなオブだからね。男の子に免疫がないのよ。
But Keifu is a co-ed school, right?
いくら学校で同じでも寝起きの緩み切ったすっぴんが見られちゃうわけじゃないからね。
Oh, I see. Ah ha ha, nudge nudge, wink wink, you know what I'm saying? It seems that a guy being the dorm mother of a girls' dormitory will have its problems after all. No, dude, just think of all the funny pictures you can blackmail them with. You can make them do even more stupid stuff like throw eggs at people. Or the photos of you without makeup or with a cowlick will go everywhere. Your life will be ruined. There's a reason why I accepted the job as dorm mother at Flying Flesh Manor.
Flana.
Flanner. Flan. Not long ago, the owner janitor collapsed.
Oh, well.
It sounds like she's pretty old, and as well as training her back, she caught a summer cold, which became aggravated.
she collapsed and then caught a cold.
I feel like the cold made her back just completely snapped. Like about 180-degree snap, and her head was at her feet. The owner soon began looking for a replacement, but it was hard to find one. Then she sought help from the real estate company where my mother works. This is one of the properties that my mom manages, and as an old acquaintance of the owner from decades ago. She nominated me for this job just as I was planning to come back here. On the documents, my mom is one responsible for this place, but she got me to carry out the practical duties. In other words, the work of the dorm mother. Oh, my foot itches. Give me a moment.
Professionalism.
We know that's not real here. There's no professionalism in my house, or yours. Then that became the condition for me coming back to this town. As always, she's very crafty, but I wasn't really against the idea, so I accepted. If I'd known this girl's dormitory course, I would have refused. This place is old, a little far from the school, but the rent is cheap. Apart from the food and the admin expenses, it's cost us next to nothing. That sounds nice. That's why it would be a big problem for me if I couldn't stay here, and if in the worst case scenario, the boarders wouldn't be able to go to school. So for now, it seems that everyone has accepted a guy as a dorm mother. Until there's a military coup. Kaneko stacked up the dishes on the counter and licked her lips in satisfaction. She had eaten it all. Not even a single grain of rice was left. To have people enjoy my cooking feels pretty good. I feel deeply relieved. I'm happy that things are going well. Ah, jeez. Better get ready for school. In the entrance of the dormitory, there was Katori. She was dressed in her uniform and looked like she was going to the school. Go into the school, morning Katori. For Dad in Ohio. Are you going to school? Go into the school. Shall we go together? Go in and have a fun time. Go into the school. Because I have no friends. Let me have this, okay? Just give me one moment of happiness. Why? Well, I just said it. I'm not worried about your legs, just your wheels. She put it bluntly as she quickly went out the front door. I was right! I was right, he had no friends. Ah, you sad little buggard. Oh, you made the sadist inside me very happy. I don't have any friends at this school. So I was just asking. I was right. It looked like we had a strange misunderstanding. This is a really nice high-tech place. Wearing my new formula, I make my way to school. I'm a dorm mother now, but also a student at Keifu Academy. I mean, this is my real occupation. Today is the first day at my new school. I'm not really the shy type, but I guess I am kind of nervous. I would say that the school I was going to before was a sports-focused all-boys school. Keifu Academy, the school I'm going to now, is an engineering school and a co-ed, and the school traditions are quite different too. This is a pretty fancy place, I must say. As I walk the streets that lead to school, there are more and more groups of people wearing the same uniform. This is the same area in which I've lived 5 years ago.
What are those things? They're just arrows on light bulbs?
I guess they're fancy street lamps that also work as lasers. Okay, there should be a few people that I know, but most of the people who I'd recognize went on to regular schools. I wonder if the ones who chose to go to Keifu Academy remember me. Even if I only know one person, it would make a big difference. 'Cause I was right about you, Aoi. There'll be more weird misunderstandings with Miss Alulula, too. Oh yeah, which school did Agaha and the others go to? And it went 8-bit. It was a warm summer day. Stares off into the distance. They're my childhood friends who I always played with when I was kids. They're Agaha, Mabao, Hataru, and Anchen. We call Anchen Anpen.
Okay,
Anpen.
if you want to.
Out of that group, Agaha and Mabao are the same age as me, but we haven't met in 5 years, and I haven't really stayed in touch. We just about managed to exchange New Year's cards, but that reminds me, in the corner of the last New Year's cards, I think there was a small message about which school we were planning to go to. What'd it say? A lot of things happened, or maybe I'm just lazy, but I haven't told anyone apart from Ampen that I'm coming back. To be honest, I'm not even sure how I should be if I met them. Have you tried biting their earlobes?
No, I haven't.
Bite off their ears, they'll love it. With the ones like Agaha, she'd probably smash my face in. She'd say, "Why didn't you contact me?" or something. Hey, I was right, people do murder people in quite violent ways. She looked and acted like a real tomboy. When I remember the past, it makes me smile, but...
Oh,
Hey!
Hey!
He's the Vons.
She's the Fonz.
Oh.
That was a girl saying it.
At the point where Toast Street leading to the school met, there was a girl wearing a Keifu uniform standing there, looking towards me. The other girl that she was talking to school with asked, "What's up?" and seemed puzzled as they spoke to her. However, it seemed that the girl can't hear them and she's staring over here at me. Just faintly, her eyes seem full of surprise. She's pretty cute. Without realizing, I'd stopped walking and was staring at the girl. Until a few days ago, I was going to an all-boys school. And now I'm in a dormitory full of girls. The sight of a girl on the way to school in her uniform, she was pretty cute too, causing me to get palpitations, is perfectly reasonable.
もしかして葵？
Strawberry milk! Sakato would be very proud. Yes, it is. Suddenly, having someone call my name in such a carefree manner made me feel a little nervous. Who is it?
やっぱり葵だ！嘘、本当に？
Looks like they got her in the middle of a blink.
You're not me! You're not Aoi. Only I'm Aoi. There, she said my name again. And she had such a happy expression on her face. Did I know any girl this cute? Oh. No, wait. I've seen this face before. When she smiles like this and her eyes sparkle like a little kid's. Her eyes are wide apart and it reminds me of a fish. Is that you, Agaha?
もしかしなくてもアゲハよ。忘れちゃったの？私の顔。
Okay, now you don't look as much like a fish.
Now you look like you want to kill us, like everyone else.
That's not new, though. She asked as she briskly moved closer, bringing her face right up to mine. So this is how the story ends. Murder. It's definitely Akaha. She's changed a lot, but if I just looked at her face, there's no doubt that it's her. Is it really that Akaha?
しつこいな。他にどのアゲハがいるってのよ。
I could know too now, just saying.
正真正銘、本物の姫木アゲハです。
You're terrifying. What is it? What is it? Said the other girls as they gathered around in a circle. Guaranteed around a circle. They're guaranteeing homeowners insurance. Akaha turned, faced them, and introduced me.
この子、水瀬葵くん。
There.
転校生
They're
よ。
like fish.
サッチンは覚えてるよね。
Glub. Glub.
Sachin replied, "No way, owie," as she warmly raised her voice in surprise. When we were in the 4th grade of elementary school, we were in the same class once.
私と葵は幼馴染なの。昔ここに住んでたんだけど、転校してっちゃったのよね。
That's you.
The girls seemed impressed by Agaha's explanation, and they looked at me with eyes full of expectations. Nice to meet you. I'm Aoi Minase. That's his nervous voice when he's talking to girls. In front of all these girls in their uniforms, I greeted them with a stern look on my face as I tried to hide my embarrassment. Agaha laughed as she looked on with relish. Horse relish. I never thought I would find myself doing introductions in a street on the way to school like this, so I'm totally unprepared. I'll say it again! Let me do it again! I could hear Miss Alula's words in the back of my mind.
背伸びたわね。最初誰かわかんなかったわ。
Okay, her face isn't as, fishy anymore. As she spoke, Agaha was moving her hands around my head to show the difference in height between myself and her. Our bodies were making contact, but she either didn't notice or didn't really mind. I flinched slightly, but the fact that she was so reserved actually made me feel more comfortable.
昔は私といい勝負だったのに、男の子はずるいな。
Matches. Speaking of which, you've changed too.
そう？
As she said, "You think so?" she looked at herself. Yeah, you always looked like a boy, so I was surprised to see you became a girl. Congratulations on the surgery!
Hey!
Hey! Guess you're no longer Albert, but Agaha. Those are my honest thoughts, but I said them in a way that sounded weird. I thought she might find it slightly charming, but so our story ends.
どうだ、いい女になっただろ。
Agaha laughed happily, and I did a little turn on the spot.
And
The
and
force.
she did a little turn on the spot. Not you.
We're dancing together.
Fine.
The force of her spin made her skirt float around gently. Yeah, it's like you're not really Agaha. While dazed and not really thinking those thoughts, just kind of slipped out. Slipped trout.
イエーイ、やったね。
Agaha was pleased and did high fives with her friends. Seeing her in high spirits like that was just like old times. Agaha, my best friend during my childhood, hasn't changed in 5 years. In the 5 years that had passed.
Keep trying, Bender. You can do it.
No, she passed a test. It was a test. Her appearance was surprising, though. The lessons on my first day at my new school flew by in the blink of an eye. Between the language and social study lessons taught in regular schools were those from the specialist curriculum. I was still in the 2nd grade, so there aren't that many, but it looks like when you go into the 3rd and 4th grade, the number of these specialist lessons increase. Yes. By the way, this is a 5-year school. That's why when walking the hallways, this kind of thing happens. Hey! She's pretty! Coming from an all-boys school with its sad customs, I couldn't help my eyes from following the girls as I walked past them.
ほほう、早速女子のチェックですか？
No, that's not it! I just thought that they looked really grown up, that's all.
4年か5年の先輩じゃないかな。
It's only about a year or so difference, though. Or, well, if you're in 2nd grade and they're in 4th and 5th. It's only like 2 and 3 years though.
And that's 20 minutes. Save the game, Venom. Cut it there.
Okay, he'll have to explain his perversions next time. Save the snot first. All the red-headed trouts. All the red-headed trouts. Okay, that has been If My Heart Had Wings. Tune in next time, where we will face certain death by this red-headed trout.
Goodbye.